So I sent you this clip. It's Jake Gyllenhaal sitting next to Tom Holland. The whole time, Tom Holland's face is just like, I don't understand and I don't know what to do. I'm very scared. But it's just Jake Gyllenhaal going on this tangent where he's like, we don't talk enough about the Garbage Pail Kids or Cabbage Patch Dolls. And then he just makes up the origin of Cabbage Patch Dolls where he's like, Benedict Cabbage Patch's uncle started the toy factory in London, and that's how Benedict Cabbage Patch's career got started, because he sent his son to acting classes with the money that he got from inventing Cabbage Patch.
And Tom Holland's just sitting there like, what?
See, this is what I mean about how he has it so easy being the guy who joined the MCU after Avengers Endgame.
It must be so painless.
Yeah, he's just here for the goofs. Like, there's no consequences, no stakes.
Must be so good.
I'd love to get on with our bullshit on like interviews on a press circuit for a movie.
That's one of my lifelong dreams, is to be just interviewed by anyone in
anyone ever.
So what do you think about your character's motivations in this movie? Tangent train.
I'm really into the fishbowl head he has.
How are you so grounded? Gravity. Next question.
My shoes weigh a ton. It's the only thing keeping me tethered. When I take them off at home, I hit the ceiling.
Oh my god. Welcome to the Weekend Fan Club.
We are Z-list celebrities.
I think that's
generous.
Even that's like, yeah. I don't think we're on the list yet.
We're just guys being dudes.
We're below the alphabet.
Yeah, we are the gamma.
the
gamma list.
Gamma list celebrity. That sounds cool though.
Exactly.
I almost don't want to leave.
Well, of course, it has to be cooler because you have to feel better about yourself.
What's the name of that really powerful microscope?
It's
like an electron microscope or
the
something.
TI-82.
You need
That's
one of those.
a fucking
you need one of those to
That's a calculator. What are you doing?
Yes, I said it as a joke, John.
Oh
Jesus,
my! You can't joke about that with me, dude.
What?
You can't joke about that shit.
You absolutely can. I think Connor found a lost sweater.
Oh, he did. Yeah, it's his work one.
Oh, his work. Oh no.
Oh no.
My work sweater that says
beep. So, happy Canada Day.
Yes.
It was yesterday.
Well, come on.
Put a big old July 1st. Please listen before July 1st sticker on this episode, which is already too late.
It is. I recently got back from a cabin. It was
How recent?
Like yesterday.
Oh, so on Canada.
I'm sorry.
Your Canada Day tradition is coming back from a cabin?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here we go. Cool. It's not a pod yet until.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came back from a cabin with some people. Now, to be fair, I only knew like 4 people there. The rest of the people I had not known.
Was that?
As if you knew 4 people at a cabin. That sounds substantial.
See, like I knew. Okay, so like 3 of my friends were there, and me, and then the only other people I kind of knew was like one of my friends' girlfriends, and then it was the girlfriend's friends.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh okay, like whatever, I'll get to know them, and like it was fun. Cool. Honest to God, it was kind of fun. I passed out in a boathouse. I got 2 hours of sleep. And then when I woke up, it was raining outside. And I was like, I have to leave this boathouse and get back to the cabin. So
that does sound pretty successful.
Yeah, so got back. And I'm still like half cut. And I get back and they're making breakfast. And I'm sitting down in a chair in the living room with like a giant blanket around me and like a pillow behind my neck because I've just kind of like burritoed myself on this chair. And I'm eating breakfast and one of the I think it was her I think it was like one of the girls' moms. They were doing a trivia night for Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, we gotta brush up. I got the first movie here. I'm gonna put it on.
Oh. Okay.
So I saw Harry Potter 1
Wait a minute.
and Harry Potter 2.
Without us.
I surprised you. Y'all thought I didn't have anything for this pod. I
Damn.
did.
You watched Harry Potter 1 and
I didn't.
2.
Now, I know what you're thinking. I know you wanted to see it with me. But again,
There's a lot of them.
yeah, it's true.
I could see one with you.
Yeah, I saw 1 and 2. 1?
Which is a collective 6 hours of video content.
Yeah.
And it's good. Actually, it's good you stopped there because 3 is the best one. Don't at me.
Is it actually?
Actually,
'Cause
if
everyone
you
was-
do want to at me,
Well,
I am
first
at
of all-
the Cynical Rich on Twitter.
Yeah, send us your grievances.
Yeah.
At the
So
Cynical Rich.
I started. When we were sitting down and we were watching it, they were gonna put it on anyway, regardless, and I was just sitting there, and like, my friends who were there, they knew I hadn't seen Harry Potter, but they also knew that I was in a room filled with a bunch of white girls who loved Harry Potter, so they knew better not to say anything. Of course, me
They
half
didn't out
cut.
you?
Oh no, they didn't. I outed myself because me still half cut, sitting in a burrito in a chair, and just like they're just like, oh man, I love this scene. I was like, I don't know, who's that? And they were just like,
me too.
they were literally like, oh my god, what? You haven't seen Harry Potter? Oh my god, you haven't even lived. And I'm like, alright, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, but have you seen the Lord of the Rings extended editions?
Exactly. So, quick review from me from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
It set up a universe.
Uh-huh.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The movies with Mikey really made me appreciate all the set design and like the
Oh,
the craft of
absolutely.
the
Like,
world in it.
there was a lot of I like how this was still in the point of time where they really liked CG and they really wanted to use a lot more of it than they did, but they didn't.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? Like Chamber of Secrets had a couple practical effects like with the Phoenix and like a couple other things which were nice.
yeah.
And even like a couple of the basilisk scenes, it was just like a big animatronic head. And that was nice, but there was a couple of moments in the first one where, like, I think it was Ron was on top of the troll, and they're shaking around, and it's like, oh, and like I can kind of half excuse it because it's moving fast enough you wouldn't really notice it.
Yeah.
But there's like even the scene where like
It's
Neville
aged.
falls and like breaks his arm
Oh, I remember that too.
when he like falls and like his cloak gets stuck on the thing. He's stopped for a significant amount of time where you can look at it and be like, ooh, uncanny valley, don't like this.
To be fair,
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring has almost the exact same shot of a guy jumping on a troll, and it looks uncanny.
Yeah,
It's aged. Stuff ages.
absolutely. I will never forget the look on this poor girl's face, who will rename nameless just to save her identity, when I saw Dobby and I said, oh shit, Smeagol's in this movie? And then I saw
Pre-ring.
Pre-ring. Like mid-ring.
His eyes
Yeah.
are huge, but like he's
I
friendly
also
still.
got a lot of angry comments about. I was like, well, how the fuck did they get this car here, and how the fuck did they even find out where to go? Because why can't people just see Hogwarts, this giant fucking castle, and then I'm sure there's an in-lore explanation. J.K. Rowling. I'm sure there is. But when I'm in a room with a bunch of people and they're just like, it's just magic, get over it. I can't accept that. I'm sorry.
The car is gay.
But yeah, I can't accept that. I can't accept just because it's magic, because I hate that.
Definitely not.
I know it can be. If you were just like, oh, like X amount of years ago, this person put up a spell that only these people can see this. Then I'd be like, all right, cool. But you can't just tell me magic, because I'll be like, yeah, I know, but at least explain it to me. Also, what the fuck is Quidditch? What the fuck even is it? They're all
You saw the movie.
They're fucking around with balls and they're throwing it through rings and shit. But then there's like, oh, we got the snitch. If you get it, you win.
Is basketball,
that's
dude.
all sports, dude.
What do you mean? But at least with basketball, it's like whoever has the most.
This makes as much sense as basketball.
But it's no. But okay, hear me out. In basketball, how do you win? Whoever scored the most goals in the allotted time wins.
Quidditch
That's
is the same way.
fair. Quidditch is not the same way. It's like you could get the
Okay, it has
scores,
one caveat.
or you could catch this one thing that automatically wins you the game.
So I can
No,
actually.
no, no, no.
Why would you?
No, it
fucking...
doesn't automatically win you
It
the
doesn't?
game
So-
because we had a Harry Potter Quidditch computer game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we.
Because that's what they
know.
told me. They were like,
Because-
you automatically win. And I'm like,
It's not
You
true.
don't
then why the
automatically
fuck would they even
You
bother
get-
doing anything
They're-
else?
You
They're
get
amateurs.
150 points, which usually means you win because like
And it
one
ends the game.
one basket it does end the game.
It ends the game and it gets you a bunch of points. So there's a strong
So
chance
if you
you'll
catch
win.
the, catch it and you're way behind, you can still lose.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah,
makes more
that's
sense.
what I was gonna say in the computer game of Quidditch that me and Connor played. We would get like 250 points just sunken shit,
Just-
nothing but
yeah.
net.
Nothing
And then-
But net.
So then it doesn't matter. Like the computer and like the AI team could get the snitch, and we would still be like, whatever, we still win.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was like sitting there under the impression that like, oh, they just win. I'm like, then what the fuck is all this shit? What the hell is all this pomp and circumstance? Who gives a shit if they get the fucking
I
balls?
mean, they do
to be
dedicate
fair.
an entire player of their team out of 6.
Are they the
catching
only
it.
one allowed to get it?
No, I think it's just their goal. It's kind of like you're playing offense.
Oh,
or you're
okay.
playing defense.
And to be fair, the movies do not explain this at any point.
Of course they
You had to
don't.
play a game dedicated to the sport just
Fair.
to understand
All right,
that.
so that's fair. I'll accept that now because at first when I was watching it, I was like, "What the? Who fucking cares? Fuck the balls. Who gives a shit? Just start beating the shit out of players. Just get
I
the
think-
fucking snitch." Like,
In retrospect, I think the weirdest part of Quidditch for me is that they have antagonist balls that the goal is to
Yeah,
just
those are- what the
mutilate the players any way imaginable.
yeah, that was weird. I was like, "What the fuck is happening here?"
Yeah, like this ball is cursed to just thump 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's just in the case like fuck your father.
And okay, another thing I want to say. For a place that says don't go to this floor because it's forbidden, and they didn't fucking lock any doors.
They did
Oh,
though, didn't
that's
they?
a
No, they didn't.
That's a big thing in
Hermione use
Hogwarts.
doesn't Hermione use the unlock spell down
The first
Oh,
movie,
okay.
when they walk into, like, I think the third floor with the troll, they're like, oh, there's a troll on the third floor, just don't go there. And
Yeah,
then
okay.
it's
Well,
like,
that's
oh,
just-
okay.
That was just in a bathroom.
And then, no. Like, they're like, don't
Oh,
go to
no.
the third floor, because, we found out later because the troll is there. But they
Right.
they specifically said, don't go to the third floor. And they're just walking around, and they walk into this room, it's dark as shit, looking evil as hell, and then Ron's like, I don't think we're supposed to be in here, and I was like, then why is it unlocked? What the fuck is, how many OSHA violations is Hogwarts breaking
I was just
here?
going to say, Hogwarts is a giant ocean. Like, you miss one PSA from fucking Dumbledore, and then you're gonna stumble into a death trap. That's just how it's
You could just be like looking down at your books or some shit, or talking with a friend. The fucking staircase could move, sending you to a fucking death drop of 100 feet.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
well,
What? Come on!
It's entirely
You have literal 12-year-olds walking around. Come on, man.
I don't think a wand counts as personal protective equipment, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I feel like they make a big deal about when Ron breaks his wand. I'm amazed that doesn't happen more often.
Yeah, right?
It's
I actually really liked that, because there was, like, one scene where, like, I can't remember what it was, but they were doing something. Oh, no, it was when they were floating the cupcakes for Crabbe and Goyle to get their hair.
Right.
And they, like, they fucking walk over, and, like, they're like, okay, we got the cupcakes down, and we're gonna use the spell to make them float, and Ron pulls out his wand, and Harry's just, like, quietly like, Ron, maybe I should do it? And he just looks back like, yeah, alright. He just kind of puts it away. And I'm like, cute, alright. Also, their voices, they were babies. Let's be real.
They were
Movie
babies.
one, they were fucking
babies.
Yeah.
Also, okay, before I get into that one, in the second movie, as soon as they started it, like, Harry looked, the first line of the movie, Harry looks over at, like, Hedwig, the owl? Yeah.
Hedwig.
He looks at the owl, because the owl's, like, screeching to get out, and as soon as he turns around, he's just like, oh, sorry, Hedwig, I can't let you out. And I was like, oh! Who is this kid? His voice dropped, like, 11 octaves. What the fuck happened?
It's so weird how you have this perfect like record of Daniel Radcliffe's pubescence.
It's great. Oh my god, it's great. Also, fuck Hermione. What? But also, fuck Hermione.
He for she.
Dude, you watched the first 2 movies too soon.
No, I'm kidding. Anyway, no, but seriously, I hate her.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding, but seriously.
I don't think we're allowed to post this online now.
I don't like her as a character. Maybe she gets
Definitely
better. I don't know.
not.
Remember, remember context. I've only ever seen the first 2 movies, but so far from what I've seen,
character arc gets better in season 2.
I literally
It does improve.
I literally hate her in the first 2 movies because she's just this fucking bitch. Why do you have to be the smartest person in the room? Just fucking shut up.
It's true.
Hey man, that's Emma Watson. That's my hero.
Listen, I'm not. It's nothing against Emma Watson. If that's the character they were going for, she nailed it. But I have a feeling they weren't. Because everything, I don't know, it's just the way she carries all of her lines, and again, good comments for a good actress. But the way she carries the way she carries herself is that she's better than you, and she fucking knows it.
Oh yeah.
And like, that's a good thing.
That's
because the character is portrayed well.
Right there.
Yeah.
But
I think
you
even
see her and she's just like, I'm going to bed before we get into more trouble, before we get killed or worse, expelled. And I'm like, get over yourself.
dude, people stand that
Die.
moment of the
Yeah.
movie. I think even in movie 3 you'll like her more.
I hope so.
Yeah, oh, even in movie 3 she's
Even
better.
in movie 3.
I really hope so.
Movie 3 is the best one.
The only thing I know about Harry Potter was that one scene, and it was only because I saw it in like a very quick clip.
Leviosa?
No.
Oh.
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Leviosa, dude. But
You
no.
just know that's how wizards talk. You just know that's how the wizards talk. Like, if the Hogwarts was real
In
and
real
happening
life.
today.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Does it like wizard vines? Leviosa, dude.
Oh yeah.
And they just fly away.
That's just so weird when they're always like, oh, I don't understand how normal human culture works. What is a frying pan? Woohoo.
Yeah, I hate that. Because like,
yeah,
it's like-
their dad, like Ron's dad, he's like, he even says, he's like, oh, he's really into muggles. And I'm like, you mean just fucking normal ass people? You could just walk out and like, you could literally just go to a hotel in fucking wherever you are and just be like, yeah, this is how.
And like the wizard kids would have smartphones. Smartphones do things that smartphones are better than magic at what they do.
Yeah, but
They'd be watching Wizard Vines. There's no magic version of Wizard Vines.
It's just vines.
it's just fine.
Yeah, it's just Vines. So
Also,
Maybe drop my mandrake root.
also, yeah, the whole wizard thing would get exposed so quickly.
Right?
100%.
Although,
that too.
no,
Or they just say it's fake.
yeah, it's kind of like the glass thing.
I will admit, I think
It's just a guy
Glass.
lifts the cards like, oh,
I'm really proud of this one zinger I dropped when we were watching the movies because they found that movie, they found that mirror in like the first movie. It's like it shows the deepest desire of our hearts, and I was just like, and Ron and like Harry and Dumbledore were looking at it, and I was just sitting there, I was laughing to myself, and all the people were sitting there with me, and I was just like, Dumbledore, why are you getting butt fucked by Johnny Depp in the mirror? You're not supposed to see that. I was like,
oh, it doesn't work sometimes. Why do you look like Ewan McGregor? Shut up.
Isn't he Jude Law?
Oh shit, I mixed them up.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's Jude Law, but he does look like Ewan McGregor. In that
Can't believe
movie.
John just corrected me on a Harry Potter fact.
Listen, okay,
Look at you
I'm what they know as a pothead, okay?
Is that what they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought it was okay, the first 2 movies, even though I think my biggest complaint is the second movie, because a lot of people who were with me, they said their favorite movie was the second one.
Idiots.
And
That's
like
weird. Yeah.
and like I can
Idiots,
sort
all.
of see, well, I haven't seen any other ones, but like out of the 2 I watched, I kind of enjoyed the second one more.
When I was a kid,
Mainly because all the stuff was already in place and you could have more freedom with it now.
Yeah. Exactly.
But there was the thing I hated the most was towards the end where like Tom Riddle's there and he's just like, yeah, he fucking does the wand thing in the air. He's like, my name is Tom whatever Riddle, and then he like moves it around and says, I am Lord Voldemort. I'm like, that's a bit much. Like, you could just say
Marvolo.
Yeah, like
I need
come
a name
on.
They
that
have a
gets
very
Marvolo.
normal middle name.
Tom.
What letters am I
Like,
missing?
Come on. So there was that, and then like immediately after he's just like, well, Dumbledore's pet project isn't going to help poor Ginny Weasley. And then the fucking Phoenix shows up, like the goddamn eagles at the end of fucking Lord of the Rings. And he's just like, and then just drops a fucking sorting hat. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
thanks
I do
for the
remember
hat,
that.
I guess.
Yeah. Phoenix X Mountain.
And then the Phoenix comes back again and claws out the eyes and leaves. And then he comes back again and saves Harry's ass. With the fucking tears. I'm like,
It is the
guys,
Eagles from Lord of the Rings.
what the fuck? Like,
Phoenix
every
X
time this
Mountain,
every goddamn time this Phoenix shows up, it's just like, oh, hold on, forgot. Oh, shit, alright, go back, claw the eyes, alright, shit, I gotta, oh, no, he's poisoned, shit.
Yeah, like, in between, the Phoenix is just chilling in, I guess, Dumbledore's office, just like,
Oh, shit.
oh, yeah, oh, shit, I'm forgetting something. What is it? Oh, yeah, and he goes back, he
Oh, I
comes back, he's
figured
like,
I
Now
figured
what?
he just perched in the corner. He's like,
Hands down.
not much I can do here right now.
And I'll end
I'll wait for a bit.
I'll end my Harry Potter rant with my favorite scene that I've seen in
You also have to
both
say
of
your
those
favorite
movies.
character.
Oh, Neville Longbottom. Has to be.
nice.
Aha! Kidding, it's not. I honestly think it might be wrong. Because he's
That's a fine
just
choice.
so useless.
Especially in the early movies.
No, wait. Who's the guy who keeps blowing himself up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Seamus,
That
I
kid,
think.
Seamus. Yeah,
He's
I
the
love him.
best.
Yeah, no, he's probably my favorite because every fucking scene is just him trying to do something and like it just explodes and
I
he's just
think
like,
in the early movies, my favorite character is Hagrid.
yeah, no, he's
Oh,
good
yeah.
too. I
Hagrid's
like
pretty
Hagrid.
sick.
He's just a
Um,
homie.
but yeah, so my favorite scene in any of those first two movies, 100% has to be in the second movie when like Harry goes to Dumbledore's office and he just walks in. And the Sorting Hat's there, and the Sorting Hat's just like, I put you in Gryffindor, oh, whatever. And then he walks over, and he sees the fucking Phoenix, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, is that a fucking Phoenix? And then Harry kind of, like, smiles at it, and the Phoenix is there, and then the Phoenix just fucking explodes, and he's like, oh, what the, and then Dumbledore's just like, Harry, and he's like, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Go to the bathroom.
I was pissing my pants laughing because I was just like, is this actually gonna happen right now? He's like, where's my Phoenix? He's like, it wasn't me. Oh my god, I was fucking dying. I was like, man, is this actually gonna happen? And he's just like, I don't know what happened to your Phoenix. And he's just like, I think he died. And he's like, oh, it's about time too. And I'm like, don't fucking do this to me, man. Come on. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the movies, I guess.
Wow.
When are we doing that?
Oh my god.
Next one's the best one, so like
The next one
it'll
is
be
the
easy
best
to get going with it.
Fucking Anthony, or Carano did it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alfonso Cuarón, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, why do I feel like... Because wasn't it supposed to be Edgar Wright or something?
No. I think it was supposed to be Christopher Columbus for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember the third one was supposed to be like a big deal, but I didn't remember why. And I looked it up after it, because for some reason I had in my head, I was like, was Edgar Wright supposed to do this one? And then I looked it up and it said Alfonso Cuarón, and I was like, what?
Apparently he made the three
What?
actors write an essay on their characters.
Yeah.
And
I heard about
and they
that.
responded to it very characteristically.
Yeah,
And well,
like
that's another
Harry
big one.
Harry kind of did it, or Daniel Craig. Whew, different
movie.
different movie. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe like did it, just whatever,
Mhm.
and then
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson just wrote like a full thing, and like Rupert Grint just forgot to or just didn't. I don't think.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
It's
That was
also the
funny.
very homey touch where, like, in the third movie, they never just wear the robes. They always
Yeah,
wear just
I
people
thought about that
clothes.
afterward. I was like, at some
And
point,
thank goodness.
I was like, at some point, do they stop wearing the robes? They just wear like
They just
the
wear-
tie and like the blazer or whatever.
Yeah, or just like people clothes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was a thing or not because I was like, I feel like I've seen them just wear normalized clothes. Every fucking movie they've been wearing cloaks, and I'm like, I'm all for cloaks, but I mean,
This is what we're talking about, where like the students are gonna wear normal people clothes, they're gonna watch Wizard Vines.
They're gonna watch Wizard Vines.
That's
That's
good.
just it.
Also, I have a small thing, and this might be some deep lore Harry Potter stuff because I have been thinking about it consistently.
Well, J.K. Rowling's probably thought about
J.K.
it too.
Listen.
If it's any
So
any
J.K.
less
Rowling
deep than
has said-
where do they use the washroom?
It is. It's about the washrooms. So J.K. Rowling said, and I'm pretty sure I'm quoting her, that there were no bathrooms in Hogwarts in the beginning.
In the beginning.
So how, may I ask you, did they hide the Chamber of Secrets in a bathroom?
I think that was pre...
And no one knew it was there.
Maybe that was pre-chamber, or it was just a different thing.
You keep your secrets.
Fine. I'll let you keep your secrets. So
That
anyway,
is a good question.
fun. So
I hope
after
in the next Fantastic Beasts movie, there's just a character in the background that, for like no reason, just points his wand at his ass for a second.
what was that? No.
You just gotta be like, who the fuck?
What if you like fucked up the spell? It just like, I don't know, it lands on his teacher's desk or something. I want a stoner comedy in Harry
Where
Potter
does it-
land.
I want a
Can I have a
sitcom. I
stoner
want a
comedy?
high school sitcom. Like
I want a
Freaks and
stoner
Geeks.
com.
I want Freaks and Geeks, but at Hogwarts with vines in the modern day.
Oh my god, I
You
love
know
it.
what, that movie would be really bad,
It's
right?
not a movie. It's a series.
Like, in most people's hands, it would turn out... I don't know, my brain just went to the, like, vampires suck, scary movie-ass
No, it's
place.
not a satire. It's part of the canon. It's
Oh my
involved.
lord.
Alright.
It's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Can you
but
imagine
not
like
ass.
imagine like
Okay.
Bertie Bott's every flavor beans, but it's like this is LSD and this is mushrooms, and like we eat one and it's just a brownie, and you think it's a pop brownie, but it's not. It's just a brownie.
But do wizards take drugs, or do they just put magic spells on themselves?
That's for the showrunners to
There's
decide.
gotta be like some
Us.
stoners that do like the torture curse on each other, just like fucking.
Oh my god. So after I left the cabin,
Mm-hmm.
it was all fine and dandy. I had 2 hours of sleep, like I said, so I went to bed fairly early. I woke up this morning. I was getting stuff ready to go to work, and when I was grabbing stuff, I put stuff. Excuse me. I put some stuff in my bag, and I grabbed a can of Mountain Dew from the fridge, and threw it in the bag, and then I stopped, and I was like, "That can looked weird." I was like, "Is that like a? Is there like a promotion with like something going on?" And I stopped, pulled my can out. It was a can of beer. So that's how my day went. And then I was like, close one. Took the can of beer out, put an actual Mountain Dew in my bag, promptly forgot my bag and left work. So that's what my day was like.
Yikes.
Yeah.
My day was a lot of playing Assassin's Creed Origins, the not newest and not really noteworthy entry in the Assassin's Creed game.
That was a killer transition, dude.
Thanks.
I was setting you up for that.
Oh really? Oh okay. That was the biggest wink I've ever seen.
What are you talking about? I didn't wink. I had something in my eye. It's my hair.
Johnny, you don't have to keep winking at us.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't have to
It's
cry.
not sexual, but it's not sexual.
Yeah, dude, you don't have to cry.
Just doing some 2-eye winks here.
Yeah.
Um.
You might have known it's called blinking.
So Assassin's Creed Origins. I'll tell you what it's good for. It's good.
Absolutely no. Say it again now.
It's
Sorry.
good for playing while I watch something else that I care more about.
I love it's just like this is my sterling review of Assassin's Creed Origins. It's good to play and not really think about all that much.
I've started just skipping the cutscenes.
Oh my god!
All of them?
Dude,
All
you're
the
missing
story,
it.
even the side.
You're missing it.
Wow,
You're missing
that's
the
a
best
power-
part.
A few things made me do
It could
that.
be glitching, and you could be missing out on some great T-pose action.
A few things made me do that. First of all, the cutscene where the main character's son dies is way too awkward. For a scene where you on screen kill a small child, it's way too awkward.
I mean, he pretty much kills the kid. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's-
then as soon as the son dies, he's like, "Oh!"
Can we,
No!
can we do a little explain on this? Because I don't know.
Okay, so
you,
this-
you gave me the high level, but I want to understand.
Yeah, so I'll tell you the actual story, and then I'll tell you how it's presented to you, because I was lost for a while.
Mhm.
So the story goes that the main character,
Bayek
Bayek,
of Siwa.
is like he's like the head of the Secret Service for the Pharaoh or something.
That's basically the best way
That's
to
what
put
his
it.
job is.
Okay.
But then he gets betrayed because they think, because some
Because
shadowy
Assassin's
organization Yeah, because he's Assassin's Creed. But he gets betrayed because some shadowy organization of people that wear masks think that because he's Secret Service, he knows how to open, like, the Pharaoh's vault or something. Mm-hmm. So they kidnap his kid, and they're like, open it! Open it! Open it! Open it! But then he doesn't actually know how to do it. So then there's, like, a fight, and they try to escape, but then... So he's trying to, like, stab a guy, but he's holding him back. But then the guy, like, lets him go but turns, so then he lunges forward and stabs his own son accidentally. Oopsie.
Which is so dumb. And then when he
Which
does it,
sounds awkward, but
it looks worse.
Like, so he's pointing a knife at a guy who's
and
standing
then the guy pretty
right
much
in front
just
of
goes,
his son. And his
Yeah.
son's like, whoop! Or no, the guy's like, switcheroo.
Yeah, pretty much. He's
that's
just like,
what happened.
he stabs
So-
kid.
Okay.
And so then he goes on a Punisher John Wick quest where
Oh, yeah.
okay, so here's also where the cutscenes lost me is that you start the game, the tutorial is killing one of 5 shadowy masked guys.
Okay.
Right? So you kill the first guy and you're like, okay, so that's 1 out of 5. So the rest of the game is gonna be tracking these guys down and kill them. So I'm like, great, that's a very clear goal. I'm on board for this.
my sweet summer child.
So then I kill one more guy, and I'm like, nice, making progress in this game. And then I go to this new place, and then I meet the main character's wife, and she's like, I killed 2 of the other guys, and I'm like, this is a short game, this is gonna be done by the afternoon, this is crazy. And so I kill one more guy, and then it's like, wow, game over, that was great. And then literally there's a cutscene where, like, the main character, he just sits up and he's like, something doesn't feel right. And then he just continues to seek people out that he thinks had to do with it, and he just finds them.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, something doesn't feel right here.
So he's just...
I know I killed the 5 guys that were in the room when my son died, and that was my whole life's quest. And he does that, but then immediately after he's like,
Can I be real
That was
though?
a little
So
underwhelming.
is his life quest to make up people to avenge his son over?
I think so. And that bothered me a lot. And then his wife was just on board with it, which also annoyed me a lot. She was just like,
But
want
honestly,
to.
I really like her more than Bayek.
I don't like either of them.
Like 100 times more personally. I just liked her way more as a character.
Well, she didn't oopsie her own child, so that's
No.
pretty good.
Yeah, she seems to have forgiven him pretty quick for that. They don't talk about it.
No, they really don't. But like she's see the thing is that like Bayek is like I have to find out who did this and then we're gonna end it and then she's all on board for it.
Yeah.
But once they're all done, she's like, I wanna move on. Like you gotta let this go. And Bayek's like, nah. And I see the problem I have with with the Assassin's Creed games like that anyway, and I was speaking to you about it a little bit when we were hanging out the other day, was now that they're more RPG focused, you're kind of forced to level to a certain degree.
Oh yeah, the numbers go up in this game. When you hit people,
Oh,
there are
yeah.
numbers on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And they go up.
Okay. You
And,
have
like,
my attention.
The worst thing is that okay, in the other Assassin's Creed games, like it was never like levels based. It was never like based on your gear. It was just you can kill everything. You can kill everyone in one hit if you're stealthy enough.
Yeah.
And that's a reward on its own.
Yeah.
Because of course it is.
Yeah.
If you want to make the game a little bit easier for yourself, have a bit of a challenge, right? So that's fine. If you go through a place completely undetected, you sneak and you go around the different bushes and you get up really high and you can jump down and do the assassination,
Yeah.
you're good. Because that's what you would do in the older games. In like 2 and 3 and shit, you would like find this one spot where the guy would be standing, jump down from a really tall height, kill him, and as soon as you kill him, you book it out of there. You don't fight, you just run.
Yeah.
And that was always my favorite part, was escaping them, because that was always really fun.
That's true.
Escaping them is fun as hell.
But
But now...
there aren't really parkour escapes in the game
No,
anymore.
there's not. It's kind of...
Because it's just really buggy. So the AI just... it's captivating to watch them try to move around.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, I was supposed to run away. Oh well, I'll just fight them.
So, but the thing is so that was what it was like before, and it was rewarding.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I'm level 3, and I'm standing on top of like a tree, and there's a guy right below me, and there's 2 guys next to him. One of those people is my target. So if this was in any other Assassin's Creed game, I'd jump down, assassinate the guy, run away.
Yeah. 100%.
Right? Like you would.
I played those.
That guy's level 6.
Oh. You saying that you can't just
Even if you are stealthy as shit, and you have done everything to get around, sneak, and make sure you're stealthy, you jump on top of him, he could be looking down, looking at the daisies. But the second you try to do the assassination, he will turn around and be like, "Gah!" and push you off, and only do like a little bit of damage.
What?
Yeah.
You can't Hidden Blade murk some fools?
No. And if they kept that, or like if you were just super stealthy, everything could be an insta-kill,
Yeah.
that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Because then it gives you the incentive to, now I should fucking play this game to be stealthy assassin man.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
And then you have build up your gear just in case you get in a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now it's just dumb.
Yeah. No.
It is a dumb game,
It is.
and that's part of the appeal for me right now. I got in one conflict today that took a long time, and it was very silly. It was just the goofiest. Because so there's a thing in the game where you can play as the bird. It sucks. You just
What is the
become-
bird's
you're
name
telling me
again?
about the loading
Senu?
screens.
Senu. That's what it is.
Yeah, so you press up on the D-pad, you get a loading screen, you become the bird, and then you can like
You get like
mark stuff near the
a
area.
yeah. You get like
And
a bird's eye.
I want to upgrade my shit. So to do that, I have to get some like material. So then I'm like, okay, there's a passing convoy of dudes that are transporting some materials, and I can target them with the bird. Right? So I target a convoy of dudes, and I'm like, I'm going to kill these guys. And then I'm going to get those materials, and I'm going to be very, very strong, healthy boy. And so I kill one of the guys, and then... But I'm on a busy street. So then just more guys show up. And then I'm like, shit, this is too many guys. But I think... And so this is where it gets hazy. So then...
I kind of blacked out from rage.
Characters from a past mission, there's like rebels.
Oh no.
They show up, and then they're on my side. And then the screen is like, help the rebels. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I kind of feel like they're helping me because I was here first. But okay. So there's a shitload of soldiers. So all I wanted was some logs. And now there's a shitload of soldiers, a shitload of rebels fighting each other. I'm just in the middle of it, struggling.
Yeah.
Trying to find these logs. And then... I think all the rebels died.
Oh, well, you didn't help
You
them.
did not help those rebels.
But this is the Battle of the Four Armies. So another party shows up. The most menacing of them all. The strongest enemy in this game, hands down.
Oh, I think I know what
The
you're
hippopotamus.
Yes.
They are
faster
than you,
stupid strong.
bigger than you, and their mouth is always open.
Oh, yeah.
And so they show up, and they just start fucking up the soldiers. The soldiers are helpless. So I just... So after I've watched all my rebel allies die, I'm now watching an army of hippopotamuses fight the soldiers.
Hippopotami?
Hippopota people. I'm watching them fight
Hippopod people.
the soldiers. And then the soldiers all die because they get killed by hippopotamuses. And then I kill the hippopotamus. And then I'm the last one standing, and there's just a sea of dead bodies around me.
And hippopotamus.
And hippopotamuses. And then... And I mean, it's one of these open world games, so there's also just still pedestrians walking
around. And like when they walk by, I don't know if they do it in this game, but I know they did it in the other games. If they see a dead body, they'd stop and be like, "Oh, a body," and then just stop and keep walking. I'm not joking. That is exactly.
Shock turns to
they'd be
fascination. Like,
well, like it was even funnier in Assassin's Creed 2 because they all spoke Italian, so they'd be like, "Signor," and then they'd just be like, fuck it.
Yeah. I remember.
See, look, I could have said
And
Mamma
so-
Mia, but I didn't.
All this over some logs, hey?
yeah,
Did you get your logs, though?
I did.
Okay, that's fine.
There's a couple things... Did I talk about... I feel like I talked about the camel thing on the podcast.
You didn't,
No, you haven't.
but I love it.
So at the very beginning of this game, you kill that
were
first
literally
guy
like
in the
you were literally
tutorial.
live tweeting us on through Snapchat.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. Straight up, I hit a wall. I was there for 10 minutes. Just
You got stuck on a camel.
yeah. So you finish the first mission, or like the tutorial thing that teaches you how to fight, and then in the story you like meet up with a dude. He's like, "Quick, I have your camel here. Let's go to my house and play
Assassin's
Anthem, I don't
Creed.
know. And so you get on the camel and you follow him, and there's some dialogue, and then you get to the thing, and he's like, "All right, let's go inside. Get off your camel." And he gets off his camel, like he said he would, and goes into his house.
Like he
And
said
then
he
I was
would.
like, and then I was like, well, I pressed triangle to get on the camel, so I'm gonna press triangle to get off the camel, which didn't work.
Nice
And
try.
so I press triangle, it does nothing. I press square, it does nothing. I press X, the camel does a little hop, which is not helpful.
So that's good to know for the future.
When I pressed X, it says if you hold X, it'll do like an auto follow the road thing. Which I ended up trying because I ran out of buttons. Like, I click the sticks, I press them in directions, I use the D-pad, it's like, oh, you can change weapons. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted to do, but okay. The triggers, and then I press the bumper, which is the attack button, so I'm like, I mean, this isn't gonna do anything. Well, like, he'll swing, but like, whatever. He just swings and just beats the shit out of his camel while he's on it. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, what is wrong with this dude? So I had to look it up. I'm there for so long that his camel has just started pacing back and forth. Like, he's gotta get off that camel.
He's waiting.
So I Google it. I type in like Assassin's Creed oranges stuck on camel. And I get
I was really hoping.
so many results.
I was
Just
really-
results of people
I was
stuck on the camel. How do you get off the camel?
I was
what
really
button
hoping.
do you use to get off your camel?
I was really hoping you were like, you didn't even get to finish typing it, just autofilled.
It just autocompletes. Assassin's Creed oranges, camel problems. And then it's like, you have to hold circle to get off the camel, which, I'll remind you, when I pressed X, it was like, hey, hold X to follow the road. When I pressed circle, it didn't say, hold circle to get off the fucking camel.
In a day and age when these games spend so much time telling you how to play them,
And
This
holding your
game
hand.
tells you what to do.
they prompt you how to do
Constantly.
everything.
You can't explore in this game
Except-
without it telling you to press the pause button and select a quest.
Except how to get off the camel.
Except get off the
Except
camel. It doesn't...
Getting off the camel.
That
That's an open
essential
lore.
thing. That essential mechanic.
See,
I can't tell you how many times I've gotten off camels in this game since then.
realistically, that's on you though, because you didn't buy the Prima official strategy guide.
Can you imagine this guy in real life just like he's out there on his camel.
That's the thing. That's why, actually, we
he's
should
hitting the
talk
camel
about that.
He's hitting his camel.
We should talk about that because this is not just a game. This is not just the life and times of Bayek. This is someone else living the memories of Bayek.
So this happened.
So this woman is in the tanning bed,
Oh my god.
experiencing these VR memories of Bayek. Just how the fuck did you get down from here?
Was that their way of including women? Is that you don't actually play as a woman, but the person in the fiction who is living the dreams
not just that person. The person they talk to on the radio is a woman too.
Mm-hmm. Because there were no women in the past. There were women in the future.
Yeah.
Loads of them.
Two even. Two even.
Also,
Oh no.
this was fucking ridiculous. So, I reach a landmark in the story, so then it obviously pulls me away from the story and is like, oh, you're a woman in a tanning bed who needs to take more vitamins because the tanning bed is messing with your kidneys. I don't know. So she
Alright,
gets
yeah.
up, and then there's just this part where it's like, I just get this vague prompt, because I ignored the cutscene, that just says, find Bayek's wife's body. She's like, oh, I think her body's in this tomb where I've put the tanning bed and am living the memories. I'm gonna go find this guy's buried wife in the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
So it just says, find the wife. But then there's a big, like, landmark pointer mission thing on the computer. So I'm like, am I looking for a video of this woman? I don't know.
I know what you're gonna say.
Is it a
Oh
is
my
it a
God.
clip? Is it a file?
remember.
So I scroll through this woman's whole desktop. She's got shitloads of files.
And, like, they're just-
shitloads of
And
files.
they're just like files too. Like one of them is like I don't know if that's
like
the one you were coming
months
up to.
worths of emails.
Yeah, like you can
I
just
didn't
look
read
at her
them.
email. I did. Don't you
I
worry.
didn't
I
read them.
fucking did.
I thought the game was gonna prompt me when I found what I needed to find, so I didn't read them. But I just scrolled through emails, and then there's files, and one of them is like Desmond. So I'm like, okay, these are files from like old tanning bed users just saved on this computer. So I
Yeah.
scroll through those, and there are pictures, and there are audio clips, and there's this and there's that, and then I just give up, and I'm like, all right, this is obviously not what I need to do. I take like 2 steps into this cave, and there's literally an open casket with a body lying on the ground. It's just like, I think I found it! And I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? You didn't take 2 steps into this cave you've been lying in for like hours?
Yeah.
It was open even.
Open! Like, open on its side. The body's just there on the ground. Just
Oh,
like,
my Lord.
help me, please. I've been dead for a very long time.
Wow. Wow. I like how the computer's full of... Was it like cat gifs and stuff?
No, like, there was... don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure there was, like, emails of, like, oh, man, I can't wait to go see this band. And I'm like, what? That's one thing that stuck out to me. Because I think her, like, was it, like, her wallpaper or something? Was, like, the band? Or, like, the logo of a band?
That's something, yeah.
It was something like that. I don't know why that sticks out to me, but I remember reading it and being like, what the fuck? Mind you, I played most of that game when I was, like, battling a bout of, like, 2-week-long stomach sickness of food poisoning. So that whole game is a fucking... I don't know what was real. I don't know if I dreamed it.
Yeah.
In the middle of, like, a NyQuil stupor. I don't know. Like, a lot of that game was just like, what the fuck?
Morally, the game is not great.
No.
Everyone you play as is a dude. Everyone you kill is a dude or an animal.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to murder animals pretty frequently.
Do you know what's funny, though?
It's like, there are locations, like, you find a location, it's like, oh, it's Fort so-and-so, and you can kill the guy and loot the treasure, and it's great.
Yeah.
But then you also find locations that are like, oh, it's a crocodile lair. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And there's just a big crocodile in there.
Yeah,
There's 2 small crocodiles and a big crocodile. I'm like... So these are just crocodiles, and it's not like one has a sword or like a hat or anything. Like, it's just a bigger crocodile. And you kill it, and it's like, you get a check mark, and the map...
Oh, is it like 1 out of 99 crocodile layers?
Oh, yeah. You know it is.
So, like, Bike's just got, like, his bedroom is just full of, like, mounted crocodile skulls. His wife's just like... Is this what you do? Like, when you're not hunting down one of our son's many killers that aren't yourself?
I've said this before, but, like, I really liked, in Assassin's Creed games, the Codex. And that was, like, a thing where, like...
This game has museum mode, which I haven't tried.
But, like, you have to go out of your way to get it. Like, out of your way to view it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Okay. It's not just, like, in the menu. Or it might be now, but when I played it wasn't. Okay. So when I played it, it wasn't. And I kind of was a little bit upset about that because I remember playing Assassin's Creed 2, and, like, you'd go to, like, a building, and it would be like, oh, look, it's this. And then it's, like, added to your codex. And I'm like, oh, shit. And, like, sometimes I don't know, like, I remember sometimes I would just be like, I'd have the game pause, I don't really want to play anymore, but I'll be like, what was that building I was at? And then I just go to, like, the codex, and I'm like, oh, shit, there it is. And, like, it doesn't read like a Wikipedia article. Because if it does, that'd be really boring. But it reads because, like, the 2 people who are outside, like Sean and Rebecca, I think her name is. There's these 2 people outside.
It could not matter less.
Yeah, I know. There's these 2 characters that are outside the Animus, and they're, like, helping you while you're in it.
Yeah.
They're the ones writing up stuff on it.
I do remember.
And, like, Sean Hastings is, like, a really fucking... He's just this, like, cynical fucking British dude, and he's really funny. And, like, there's been so many...
it came straight through in the text.
Yeah.
In the flavor text.
Like, in the flavor text, because it's all flavor text of where it is, and he's just, like... And you can hear him almost saying them, and it's really fun to, like, read about little things like that. And it's just like, oh, yeah, the Arc of Triumph was this. And then, like, oh, okay, this is actual history. But then out of nowhere, they're just like, yeah, no, there was assassins there one time. They fucking pushed a bunch of dudes off of it. And I'm like, interesting.
Yeah,
and it's like they kind of build their own little universe around real world history. And I'm like, that's interesting and cool.
This guy's a real cheeky bloke.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to get in a tussle with him.
Yeah, and that's like the kind of stuff that it's all about, right? But there was that. And, like, I don't know. I just don't like Assassin's Creed anymore.
They're not good games.
They really aren't.
And there are too many of them.
Yeah, they have to... See, the problem what happened was they started old, like Holy Wars.
Yeah.
And then they went to Italy in the 1400s, which is fine. And then after that, they did the American Revolution, which is, again, weird choice. And they kept kind of, like, inching themselves closer to
I like
today.
That they went to historical places that not a lot of games go.
I like that. But there's also the weird thing of, like, they kept inching themselves closer to today,
Yeah.
and the closest they got to that was Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which at best was, like, the Industrial Revolution. Like,
Oh yeah.
18-something.
Right.
And, like...
Even Black Flag wouldn't have been that bold either, would it?
No, Black Flag was, like, 1700s?
Oh yeah.
It was older, but...
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Because Edward Kenway, in that game, was the father of one of the guys who was in Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So whenever George Washington first showed up...
Been 17.
Was that 1700?
1776 was the
Okay.
U.S.
So yeah, around that time.
thing.
So the closest they ever got was 1800s. Was when they had the Industrial Revolution. And even then, when that game came out, it was a shit show. Because anytime they tried to include people that were historically there, you still have family members alive today from those people.
Hilarious.
So...
Did they get in lots of things?
They almost got in a lot of shit. Every single like person you kill anyway was never a real person.
Maybe that's for the better.
It is. And I feel like that should have been the norm anyway.
Did you hear about the time recently when Benito Mussolini's granddaughter got
Yeah.
mad online because
Yeah.
Jim Carrey made a
That was funny.
caricature?
Was I
out of
supposed to know that Benito Mussolini's granddaughter even had a granddaughter?
Yeah.
And how was I supposed to realize that from a fucking Jim Carrey tweet?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I did meet Cleopatra in the Assassin's Creed Origins game.
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Didn't really do anything.
Yeah, I think the only people you ever
It's
met...
one of 2 women in the game.
Yeah, I think the only people you ever met in Syndicate was, like, Alexander Graham Bell,
Oh yeah.
and, like, oh, shit, what's his name? I can't remember. The Indian, oh my god. It was really around the same time that, like, Britain pretty much invaded India and was just like, we saved you.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
I don't
great
know what it
period.
was called, but it was around that period of, like,
Yeah.
the Eastern Indian the Eastern Indian trading companies,
Yeah.
all that shit. The spices, we were here for the spices all along.
Also, don't know if this is a relevant comment to make, but I mean, obviously everyone in this game speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
No,
Once
no,
the
the
tanning
animus,
bed
the animus,
translates-
no, it translates it for you.
Oh.
Like,
And, like, the reason why in Assassin's Creed 2, I thought it was a nice quirk. It's not in Assassin's Creed 2. The animus they're using is like a prototype version, so it's a little bit better, but there's some flaws. So the reason that, like, in the middle of their English they'll use an Italian word is because it's
Weird
not
way
perfect.
to plot explain that.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I'm like, that's weird, because, like, there's a scene in the second game. I don't know why it sticks out to me, because they're like, try this stuff we started making. It's called coffee. And it's like, and then, like, Ezio tries it, and he's just like, it's really bitter. You could use some more latte. And even in the subtitles, it says latte, and then it says bracket milk. And I'm like, thanks.
It's like, what he said the coffee needed more latte, but that's just coffee. Again.
And even the guy,
Coffee for coffee?
Even the guy there is like, all right, it's an acquired taste. You're not gonna have milk in coffee, but okay. Also, that was the
Iced
game.
coffee with milk.
Also, that was the game that had "It's a Me Mario."
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was in the very
Okay.
beginning. Your Uncle Mario, because you first show up and, like, a bunch of dudes show up and he, like, kills them all, and then it's just like, who the hell are you? And he's like, you don't remember your uncle? It's a me, Mario.
That's pretty funny.
And I'm like, there you go, Ubisoft, you earned that one.
Yeah.
I still stand by it. Assassin's Creed 2 is, like, for the time,
I really enjoyed
really good game. And they even, like, re-released, like, the Ezio collection
Yeah.
on PS4. So if you ever want to play a good Assassin's Creed game, there you go.
They have level design where you can parkour around and stuff. And run away from dudes.
Yep.
Nice.
And almost every time you see, like... I like the way they did it, though. It's kind of natural, because anytime you're running around, you see, like, like a white tarp over something. Mm-hmm. So if you see, like, a cart and it has, like, a white tarp over it, if you start running over that, there will be things for you to parkour on your way up. And then if you see, like, a bunch of bird shit on the side of a roof, that's a place where you can jump off safely to go.
Yeah, and
I like that shit.
Yeah.
this game you can.
I like that bird shit.
In Assassin's Creed Origins, you can just climb whatever you want. It's like, this is a perfectly smooth wall. And you're like,
In
I can
Syndicate,
climb it very easily.
In Syndicate,
like,
there was no point to climb anymore.
There's just like,
Because you had rope darts.
there's just obvious shortcuts that they took
Yeah.
to make the game easier to play.
Right.
But it's almost like it would have been more work for you to do it like the other way. So like you can just climb everything. Your horse is just
God damn it.
on a warpath. Just like you can just plow through pedestrians and
Yeah.
furniture. Just it makes such a loud noise when you like really hit somebody. Like
Yeah,
just,
it's like
careening down the street. And like I remember distinctly watching you play the first Assassin's Creed, and if you like attacked a civilian, it would be like the animus would like glitch and it'd be like I'd
yeah, it'd be like Altair didn't do that.
yeah, Altair didn't attack.
Doesn't stop
There's
this
no
time.
rules. In this
So
game,
you know what that means? Bayek did that a lot.
Bayek just
He
trampled kids left and right.
So it seems like they just break down all the the quirks and the mechanics of the game until it's game soup.
Mm-hmm.
It is basic. The gameplay is just game soup.
Because it's like, it's like, a level design where you can interact with the environments and stuff. And they're like, no, let's just do smooth walls and you can climb everything. And like,
Yeah.
oh, you kill these people as civilians, this. You can always do the stealthy stab. And
You
that's
can't
not a
climb
thing
everything
anymore.
though, which is lame.
You can climb pretty much anything.
Yeah, but it's like it feels wrong.
It does.
It feels like I shouldn't be able to do this.
No.
It's not natural like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is like, okay, like I could probably climb this. I'll be all right.
Yeah,
With
well,
this, it's-
Breath of the Wild is all mountains and stuff, but this is a perfectly smooth cylindrical
Exactly,
statue.
and it's just like
and he's like, no, I can do it.
I hated Syndicate though, because in Syndicate they pretty much just threw the entire concept of climbing out the window, which was dumb because at that point climbing was still a pretty big deal. Because the only one I actually accept was in Revelations because they had like that hook thing where you can jump and kind of hook onto things and then pull yourself up faster so you can reach things that are a little bit further away.
Yeah.
But with this, it's literally a fucking grappling hook. Like it's a hook shot.
Oh, it's just cause.
So you literally like walk to the side of a building, and instead of just climbing up Big Ben, I would just walk next to Big Ben and be like, and I'm like, well, fuck everything this game stood for. Then like, I guess I'll go start drifting in a horse carriage, which you can. I don't know how, but you can.
The chariots in this game are so fast. In Assassin's Creed Origins, they're so. It's just another horse.
It's literally just another horse carrying something, but it's so fucking fast.
So fast.
It's faster than the horse.
It's faster than the horse. It's faster than one horse. It's got 2 horsepower. We're at 57 here.
Holy God.
Dude, you did it.
We talked about 2 things, but we did it.
What can I say?
What can you say?
I can say we're an hour closer to the weekend.
What a great setup.
See what I did?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Set up and payoff.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good storytelling.
That's podcasting.
Ubisoft, take note.